course, to everyone just joining us, hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Thursday, July 30th, 2020. I'm Crypto Jack, sitting in for Justin Wise, and I'm joined by analyst Alex and Jason today. How are you guys doing?
Very well.
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, excellent. Let's try this one more time, guys. I think we failed to go live in the first go at it, but we are finally here. Shoutouts to everybody in the live chat. So today we're going to be reviewing the markets and taking a brief look at some of the top news stories in crypto, and then Alex will take us through the charts and analysis of the markets. Of course, Jason will be sitting in as the wingman today as well. Justin has not been able to make it in today, but that's okay. I think the three of us will hold down the fort today. Of course, Bitcoin's still hanging around the 11,000 range today, so I think we will be, maybe answering the big question, right? Is it time to FOMO, or do we wait for the big pullback? And that's where we will lay the groundwork for the big long that will take us to potentially all-time highs. And of course, maybe some altcoin analysis. I know the chat does like our rapid-fire alt analysis with some quality setups that if anybody paying attention might be very well taken advantage of. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Alex and Jason and let these guys dive into the charts. Take it away, gentlemen.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. I'm afraid I do not have access to a wonderful study the way Justin does, so I cannot rap with you fireside chat style. However, I'm just going to dive right into some market coverage, and I'm sure that'll make all of you degens really excited anyway. So let's just do it. So like like Jack said, we've been hanging steady above the 11,000 support level. Now it was previously resistance, and I know a lot of people have been looking for a pullback in this area. There had been a lot of people who shorted this order block very heavily, and the shorting of this order block was rocket fuel for Bitcoin. Everybody had to either get out of a short or get liquidated. Anybody who was 5x or more has already been liquidated. They were liquidated around 10.8. So, I mean, obviously, math is pretty easy on that. 9,000, 20% is 1,800. So, yeah, they were, those people were liquidated right around here. I was expecting us to actually pull all the way into the 11.2 to 12,000 order block, but we tapped that resistance, and I thought, like many other people, that okay, we will finally get a pullback, because I want to buy more Bitcoin too. I don't know about you guys, but there's just been too much market interest in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who contacts me is like, when can I expect a pullback? Another common DM that I've gotten is 12K or 10.8K. Alex, which one first? 12K or 10.8K? I got to know. So clearly, a lot of people have been expecting 10.8K, and I don't even know if 10.8K is going to happen. So
we got close last night.
We did get close, and it hit 10.811 on spot, and this is 10.845 on futures. So futures still in futures still in contango.
I also took a discretionary long at the 10.8 range. And I drew it out for the group. If any of you guys are in the group, you'll know this. But I was planning on picking it up at 10.8 because a lot of people think that this is going to break lower, and I don't think it has to. I think that we could absolutely run from here.
Not so Bitcoin, yeah. So I absolutely do agree with Jason right here that I think we're going to continue onwards. I just don't see a pullback in the cards. Like, this seems to have been the pullbacks. Like, pullback, like there's a nice little wick right there. Pullback, can't break resistance, support, pullback, wick into support. And then with this pullback here on the time transformation, I definitely think we'll be breaking 11.2 today.
Divergence on TT there.
Yes, that is a nice divergence right there. Yeah, I think we'll be I think we'll make an assault on 12K today, guys.
Hate to say it, but that's a 3-bar play, baby.
Yeah, send it.
Send it to the moon.
Ethereum looking even more bullish than Bitcoin, guys. So so check this out. I have over here a meme ascending triangle that I have drawn. I drew it like an hour ago. So I don't want to pretend that I knew this was going to happen, but we seem to have formed this ascending triangle formation. We'll do a measurement and see where we can expect this go to. Use measuring tool. Boom. Let's clone this. This is based off of Bulkowski's rules on breakouts and stuff like that. The size of the breakout is equal to the size of the pattern generally,
Yep.
give or take.
And
All
that's
right,
the
so
exact pattern that I posted for the group last night.
oh, is it? I didn't even
Yeah,
see that
it
you
was
had.
before the dip. Jack, if you could switch to my screen real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, show
This
everybody.
is right before I went to bed. I had posted this chart to the group. Sorry,
Yep,
it's a little
you're on
laggy,
the
so I'm
screen.
not
You're all
sure
good.
when it's actually seeing it on the screen.
You're on the screen now.
Okay. So this is before I went to bed, and I was letting people know that I did believe that it was going to tap this trend line, and that's why I put a bid in at 10.8, and I and then I said, don't take it right now. I am going to wait for the Fisher to be oversold here, because one of the strategies is, when we're in a bullish trend, I go down to lower time frames and then I wait for oversold conditions on Fisher. You can do this with time transformation as well, but then come to wake up that we wicked down there almost perfectly. Hold on one second. Where is it? Group. Okay. So then we had this pattern to wake up to. Come on, baby. Okay, it doesn't seem to be working, but it came down and tapped exactly that line, and I was only $30 off. But now coming and looking at this water Atar strategy that I've been working on, which
Jason, they just said
yes,
that your mic is quiet.
I
I don't know.
have
I
it.
guess we'll have to turn it up.
I have
I've
it right to my mouth, man.
I've
Like, I
got
don't
him
know what's
jacked to
going on
100
with my mic.
to
But
200%.
this is one of the water tar strategies I have been working on. Unfortunately, the alerts were not letting me know. We have a lot of different strategies, but this is one of my favorite ones because the hit rate is incredible over 3 years, 97.58. We are currently getting another long signal from 11,114.5, and this strategy is based on 1.6 movements. So that is putting a movement up to at least 11,292, which I am in a current position from 10,985. I did not catch the 10,800 because, of course, it didn't wick down there, but I did wake up and post to the group that I did take that. And I am planning on taking this up to the upside because, like Alex just went over, that pattern is very strong. I don't think that we're going to have to dip down any lower. I think that this is ripe for continuation right now.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I just wanted to show that real quick.
Beautiful.
And any of the members have any questions about this strategy or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me in the Discord. But you can switch back over to Alex's screen there.
Kicking over to Alex now.
Thank you.
Okay, so the measured move on this is it's just around $350. I'm biased to more upside on this just because things have been so bullish on Ethereum right here. Ethereum Bitcoin is is our measurement to how to how much more bullish Ethereum is than Bitcoin. As you can see, we had a strong pullback over the last couple days as first Ethereum pumped and then Bitcoin followed right behind. And then now Ethereum is looking like it is starting to put in a similar movement and is also going to presage a Bitcoin movement. Nice little bounce here off the very top of the previous swing high. Yeah. So I expect continuation here to around 35 or 40,000. Let's take a look at the other major alts. They're also putting in some movements today.
Yeah,
Litecoin, probably
getting a
the
lot of
most.
questions about Litecoin.
Yep. Litecoin, probably the most bullish of the major alts right now. They're getting a Mimblewimble implementation in September.
Mhm.
So, that's kind of it's kind of like a bullish fundamental news for Litecoin. I mean, if nothing else, it's good hype because then that puts it in kind of the same class as Beam and Grin and some of the other Mimblewimble pseudo privacy coins. I mean, it's not, it's not Monero, but it's still pretty private. So yeah, as you can see here, let's look at the 3-day. I thought the 3-day looked pretty strong here because you can see we had built this resistance over 5 weeks. I know this was 5 weeks because I had I opened I opened the position for our group here and then just had to like sit through all this. So we're in profit. The group is right now. We opened up a Litecoin position around here. So we broke resistance on the 3-day. And then we immediately just broke back down, retested the point of control, and then closed back above resistance, now
Which
support
is
on the
super
3-day.
bullish.
Yeah, super bullish. And now we have a new 3-day candle, which closes in like a day and a half. And I presume we'll either test downwards a little bit more, but generally move upwards from here. As far as I think,
I mean,
first target should
look,
obviously be 67. Then I like 95, and who
yeah, I mean,
knows? This is a good
I
area right
think
here.
it's really good that you went back to the 3-day because I think that a lot of people who are watching charts bury themselves into like the 1 hour, 2 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute.
Yeah,
Looking at that 3-day chart tells me that I should be sitting on my hands because, or like in a position sitting on my hands because if you look at that 3-day, man, it's got a lot of room to move, and
yeah,
you're getting very bullish signals by closing above those very hard resistance points that we've suffered through. And I mean, like it's super hard not to be a bull right now.
yeah. When you're in situations like this, the best thing to do is just to long until you're wrong.
Long until
So,
you're wrong, baby.
when a bull market is on, people get euphoric, and there's a
There's going to be a lot of people telling you that they're professional traders because they just longed Bitcoin.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of neither here nor there. I mean, I guess we're technically saying the same thing. Just
What,
go along, guys. Just go along.
but no,
But
but you know that when those people start coming out of the woodwork, that's when you start getting the real euphoria when it's
mhm,
really easy to be a trader because you just long it, you know.
yeah. BCH lagging behind here, but again, strong 3-day wick. Look, we
Did not wick us out at least on that pullback. Did
no,
not.
well, I mean, this didn't wick us out. I actually had our stop for the group was 2,300. It was down here. I was pretty conservative with it because it's
I'm talking about the signal that we signaled for the group
oh yeah,
a couple days ago, which hit TP 1 and 2, and now we're sitting with the TP the stop loss at
yeah,
take profit 1, which
yeah.
is the same for EOS.
I love the weekly here on Bitcoin Cash. It's just, I mean, you can tell it looks strong here. I know I want to take it to this area, and this area right here. It's just as much as Bitcoin is looking bullish right now, if enough money is pouring into the crypto market all at once, then then that money is going to splash into the alts because their market caps are so much smaller. It doesn't take as much money to move the market as it does Bitcoin. So while normally the rules are when Bitcoin is pumping, get out of alts.
Mm-hmm.
It, Bitcoin goes through stages where it'll pump, the alts will dump, and then Bitcoin will trade sideways for a little while, and the alts will just explode into action, and then Bitcoin will start getting bullish, they'll settle down a little bit, and then they'll dump as Bitcoin pumps. It's not necessarily going to be while Bitcoin is pumping. Just stay out of alts. You guys might have to be really nimble in this case, and that's one of the reasons why you should not be dedicating your entire portfolio into any single position because you don't know what new position is going to be on the horizon. Take for instance, when we entered Litecoin, and we entered a BCH position all the way back over here because we got a strong weekly signal here, and I like this, but then we had to suffer through this. So I mean, don't be afraid to buy into strength, guys, and altcoins are the strong ones. So let's keep looking. So I just don't like TRX yet in this spot. Maybe soon. ADA, I think this is like a good, strong weekly sell signal. It's time to be out of ADA. I want to see ADA settle down into here, maybe all the way down to here.
I would take it down to that
Because,
spot.
yeah, ADA just had its testnet launch yesterday. And trust me, I've
Historically, that's
participated.
bearish.
Yes, I was in the EOS testnet, or I was in the EOS mainnet launch. Let me tell you, I lost a lot of money on that because I just had to be part of the Genesis block. And I bought a bunch of EOS at $15. So that was lovely. And let me tell you, that happens every time with every testnet launch. There's a huge buy the rumors, sell the news, ramp up to it, and then you got to remember to sell the news once
And
it's
I'm super
testnet time.
glad that you brought that up on Monday's stream
Yeah,
because we discussed that, and I had said that I did think that ADA looked pretty good, and it did
yeah,
have a pump there, but then you were absolutely right, completely turned around. So
yeah.
I mean, that's a great call.
I will say that this order block is remaining strong, but we haven't even. I was expecting us to descend into here, and we haven't even done that yet. So I would, like I said, this
Wait on
is
it.
yep, this is still just this weekly sell signal hasn't even closed yet, but I would still like to see us
It's all those
go here,
Chinese
maybe
villagers
even here.
buying up ADA, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's the major alts. We're still kind of waiting on EOS. EOS is just kind of
Just look at that though on the weekly, man.
yes, EOS. I like
So
EOS
much
on the
room.
weekly as a this
How
is
much
this is the pattern that I see when I look at EOS. But I mean, this pattern isn't worth much until we break this. So I would actually wait until we get some bullish action. We'll probably break this up to here and then maybe even pull back a little bit.
Yeah, to get some throwback down to test that trend line, the top of it, and then hold that as support, and then you'll
And
have
then
a
I would want to take this. I would not want to take profit until what is that? 10,000 sats, 100,000 sats?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I,
that's about where I have 50% of my long-term bag to sell.
yes, this area
With
right here. You can see EOS loves this area right here. I would want to take it to here.
it's a fair market
It
price.
would probably there would probably be a top here and then a new swing low and then something like that. So this is a long-term position. It might not be until might not be until 2021
Yeah,
until we
could
reach
be
there.
months.
But if you bought here and waited till there, you would increase your Bitcoin stack by 4 times. So
Hmm.
it's not something to sneeze at. And it's something to consider that, guys. I mean, yes, Justin's a Bitcoin maximalist. Bitcoin is still
As am I, but it's irresponsible
yeah.
to not believe that other coins won't rise with the tide,
At least for a little while. I mean,
right?
hello, we're
Like
speculators. Speculate on that price. If that price looks like it's going to go up, I want to be in on it.
I'm in on it.
Yeah, this guy's in on it.
It's well
Okay,
worth it.
so we looked at ETH, we looked at BCH, EOS, Litecoin.
Let's take a look at XRP.
Okay,
We gotta. I think
so
XRP looks strong.
as you guys remember, I was buying
There's
here
a
and getting
$3
stopped
play,
out,
Paul Bob.
stopped out, stopped out, did not buy, and then boom. So I think it still looks strong here. Gosh, if this weekly candle closed like this,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
I mean, we're
Um,
early in the week, but
yeah,
still.
I had thought that we were going to kind of treat this area as a distribution area. We broke down here, and I would still like to see one more retest of this bottom. We got that retest of the bottom on Litecoin. We got that several times. Boom, boom, boom. One retest of the bottom. We got that on BCH, where we kind of retest this area. Boom, had to retest that one more time. I would like to see that on XRP, but you follow price. I You follow price. So a good 3-day close or weekly close above 2150. This area is 2150. Then long it all day.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
there's so many coins that you guys could be long right now. I guess the real question is which ones are the strongest ones. Now is the time to be staking out longer term positions on the major alts. Uh, that's what you want to do because they've sort of bottomed in this area. You can see on the weekly. Let's pull out a monthly chart.
it's just getting started on the monthly.
Hello,
Woo!
time transformation on the monthly is saying buy here,
Yes, it
buy
is.
here.
That is a
EOS,
monthly reversal signal.
not as much screaming buy here.
So
Yeah, see, these are good ones. These are
XRP
these.
leading the front there.
Yeah, XRP that oversold. ETH, of course, saying buy here. Maybe, yeah, I think this is the area to shoot for rather than right here. I like this spot right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah, Tron is not there yet. Maybe we should still get like a retest at this very bottom. I don't know. All right, tell you what. Do you want to go over a little bit of news, like break this up, and then we'll go into altcoins? Do you want me to just like launch into that?
Maybe we head into the altcoins and then take a break in the middle. We're only 20 minutes into the show, so let's run through some of the alt majors, if we can call them that.
Okay. How about this? Here's something fun. We've got all those watch lists that we set up earlier in the week. So we did this earlier in the week when Justin threw his back out. So let's go over those again and see what would have happened had you like followed our calls. Okay. Get out of. No, we're back on the daily. Let's see. Why did we have Raiden on this one? Oh yeah, because we had fallen back into this area right here. We didn't really say take this one because I want to see a retest of this area down here, if I recall. So pull this out. Yep. Algo was not strong enough for us to recommend.
Mm-hmm.
BTT. No, this one still looks like it's going to break down.
Yeah, that looks very weak.
Mm-hmm.
Augur was one that we were in, but we did decide to exit because we were getting a.
We decided not to take this one.
No, we did take
Yeah.
Rep USDT.
All right. So Verge. Yep. So we were actually we talked about Verge on what day was it? Wednesday or Tuesday? I don't know. Whatever day I worked with you guys last. We were talking about this. This is an ideal area, I think, to pick up Verge. Verge was one of the first coins to pump during this alt season, if you recall. The very shittiest of shit coins were the first to pump during this alt season, and Verge was one of those. So I like this for a bullish order block to reaccumulate in.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, I wish we had bought yesterday when we were talking about it. This is
I
like the
actually
ideal
did
spot.
pick up Verge at 53 sats. It's currently up 1.75%.
Oh, 53, that's like almost 10%, dude.
Well, it's only telling me that on my 3 commas. Oh,
Ah.
actually, I did not refresh. Hold on. 3.6%. My fault.
Bravo. I know. I think that's the daily because we're up 3.6% on the day.
Well, I'm just telling you what my 3 commas is telling me.
Okay, all right. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I believe it.
Yes, yes. So I think you can take this up to this consolidation area up here. This is a good 250% movement.
135 sats.
Like I said, guys, don't throw your entire portion into this, but hey, set aside like 10% of your account or 5%, put it in here, and then if movement happens, the 5% becomes, what is that? It's going to be 10.25% of your account then.
Mhm.
It's gonna more than double.
Just forget
It's actually
about
going to
it.
be like 15, 17%. But
That
I
with
digress.
with these type of alts, I don't usually like to swing trade them. It's kind of that set it and forget it, like what we're doing here. We look at find a higher time frame, and then okay, this looks like a good accumulation zone for this coin, and that's
Yeah.
why I picked up. And then I'm just gonna forget about it. And if it gets there, great. And if it doesn't, that's why you don't put your whole account into it.
Yeah, the reason why we haven't called this for a group is because it's not clear where the stop should be. I mean, I would hate to enter here and then it just like wicks down and then wicks you right out because you just set it too hard here. But I mean, what are you going to set it here? At that point, if you really think price is going to go down this way, is this really the right order block? So for me, we decided the best thing to do is just to wait for the break of this trend line. And then once price was bullish enough to be breaking this trend line, then I think that's the clear sign that it's time to get in. Because also we want to avoid the opportunity cost of like, what if we just sit here for like, this could be 2 to 3 weeks. We sit down here. And then we get the break, and there's so many coins we could have entered in that time. So you want to keep in mind opportunity cost. That's why you don't want to rush in. You want to wait for confirmation on bullish action, because otherwise you'll end up like, remember, had to sit in that Litecoin for 6 weeks before we got something on it. Meanwhile, all those shitcoins were pumping off.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, lessons learned, guys. Every alt season is a new lesson.
And I feel like
Next.
every trader out there has done it to where like, why couldn't I have just waited a little longer?
Yeah. All right. So this is the order block where I like picking up for accumulation. As you can see, we've formed a nice little point of control in this area. TT is giving a strong sell signal. I like this. I think you can pick this up, take this to at least 450.
Yep. And
If not, the next accumulation area up here in let's say 600.
I like that you're closing above that point of control as well, which means that it's becoming support.
Yeah. So this area is quickly seems to be coming resistance turned broken resistance turned support. Maybe we'll see, guys.
We shall see.
QKC. I guess this really hasn't moved. We basically the price had dipped to here that day. We were like, this is an accumulation area, and then it's like still accumulating in this area. So I still do think this is a good spot to take this. Quark chain is some altcoins are ahead of other altcoins in their market cycle right now. So Quark chain, as you can see
ADA.
here, is above this trading range. So it's broken out of this trading range, and it has retested resistance. See this resistance right here. Resistance, turn support at this consolidation area. So I like this to continue to
And you're still trading above it. So
you could take it to 150, but I say if you're going to buy Quark chain here, screw it.
Be
Take it to
patient.
this area right here. This is a strong consolidation area right here. As a matter of fact, there's more volume up here than there is down here. I say take Quark chain to what area is this?
316%, folks.
Yeah, 300. But stake out small positions. That way you can afford to sit on your hands and not go utterly crazy.
Yeah, because you're gonna bully yourself out of your own trade doing it that way.
I believe we said buy right here, didn't we?
I believe we did.
Gosh, that is literally perfect. Guys,
Yeah, I remember we talked about that one specifically because look at that shelf of support. It's beautiful.
yeah. So the QLC is another one where trading range broken, break out above the trading range, and then we retest resistance turn support, and then you buy that retest. And then now now it's going to travel to the next high volume node. That high volume node being up here around 500. So this is
Yep.
roughly 80%
Almost.
movement, I'd say.
Yep.
And then maybe you could also take it up to this area, but that's up to you. Once again, stake out a small position, maybe take profit here, and then hit there too. Onwards. Vib retested this area, kind of looking like algo,
Hmm.
Like, watch. Let's pull up algo here. See, retested the point of control right down here at the bottom of his trading range. But this is what I'm talking about, how some altcoins are ahead of others in their market cycle. You see, this is not retesting the top of a previous trading range. This is retesting the bottom of its trading range. So that's why we didn't end up taking algo earlier in the week. And as you can see, you're up on algo. This is like 5 to 10%, but you're not up the way you're up on QLC.
That's just a much more bullish chart in my opinion.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Fib,
Much.
MTH. This is bullish accumulation area. I like this spot. And it looks like we did end up kind of tapping this order block right here. I don't know. Maybe we could still fall down here. And if we did, this is this is a very volatile asset.
That, and I said that I did want to see a wick down to that lower level there.
Yeah. Because,
But it got bought right back up.
yeah, because this is like a 25% drop if you decide to buy in this area, and then it's like not, right? So if you don't buy here and we don't break down, then buy the break above this. Like once you start trading above 90 or maybe above 100, go for it, all in, and then you could take that up to like 150.
All in responsibly.
Yeah, all in responsibly. LRC. accumulation area.
Good signal on time transformation there.
Yeah, that's about signal. So again, this is a retest of this consolidation area right here, and I think you could reasonably take that up to this area again. Otherwise, I maybe this area would be resistance, but that would be crazy. That's like a 600% move. So
Not crazy for crypto.
it's not crazy for crypto, and it is a DeFi coin, but I don't necessarily want to go on the record as predicting a
Yeah.
600% move.
We ain't moon boys.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, take it here, take profit, and then hey, if it comes up there, great. I was happily wrong.
Happily in profit.
Yeah. So OAX is a good example of
I like
resistance
OAX
being
there.
retested.
I think that looks good for continuation.
Yeah. We finally did get the TT cross above 0 at the end of today. Maybe we should take that.
And yeah, I'm writing that one down for sure because I like the unnatural volume coming in. Like,
Mhm.
that's
S&T, honestly, it looks like it's going to break down a little further, maybe to here.
I think you can take it to that order block for sure. That's gonna break.
Yeah. I'd be
Maybe
cautious
not.
on this one.
Yeah,
But
I don't like that white space between.
yeah.
I think you test that point of control down there.
So Raven,
Yeah.
yes, the market is bullish right now, but I mean, Raven is making a new all-time low. I just it doesn't make sense to buy Raven here, even though yes, there's a lot of accumulation done in this area. I believe. I think we might even break back above here, move up here. Maybe you want to buy the break back into the trading range because that's bullish if we break back above here.
Do you think that's directly responsible for that 51% attack, or?
I think the 51% attack happened like over here.
Because I find it interesting that Raven,
Or like it happened on one of these bottoms. It was
Yeah.
relatively recently.
I find it odd that Raven's behaving that way, considering like I actually kind of like Raven, and I know Justin does as well. But like, I didn't expect that from Raven, so I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on there.
it's
So
every other altcoin is making yearly highs, but Raven coin's making yearly low.
Yeah.
As much as like I think maybe we could buy here and it would recover. Why? Opportunity cost, people.
there's a lot of
Opportunity
better
cost.
coins out there.
Raven attack was at the
Opportunity.
beginning of the month, by the way.
It was beginning of the month.
July
All right,
2nd.
So right
boom.
off that big spike up and then spike down.
Right. Yeah, I was right. It's like one of these bottoms. So it's this bottom right here, and then yeah. So I think there's opportunity cost on Raven, and I think that is my thesis on why you should not be buying it right now. Why buy coins making an all-time low? Doesn't make sense. Strong retest of resistance right here. Resistance turns to support.
I think you get another leg down.
Yeah, I would love to see one more because this isn't
That red line. I think that red line is a good spot to pick up.
the point of control. Yeah. Otherwise, if we broke back above, maybe where would we want to say go ahead and long if we were wrong?
That's what I'm saying. Right where you have that red line, 393
No, no,
cents.
no, no. Let's say that didn't happen. Let's say we didn't break down here. At what point should someone be like, okay, things are bullish, let's go ahead and buy?
I would say if
Maybe above 520.
yeah, go a little bit lower. Right about, I would say 500 sats would be a good pullback for continuation. But like I said, not right now. You'd have to wait for it to break up and then wait for the pullback.
Well, no, yeah, I'm saying like if we can get a close above what price do you think we should enter then? So rather than
530 sats.
530? Okay. On this in my way. Why'd you pick 530?
Quick
Because
question.
see that downward pressure coming. Go back to the other chart you were just on.
Well, I think this is clear right there. I think that's good. So you said downward pressure?
See that if it closes above that order block, which would become resistance, I believe that you're gonna get basically a throwback down to the 500 range, but a close above that would be bullish to me.
Okay. Okay. So not yet on CTSI, I don't think. Either down here or up here, but not here.
No, I don't like it right
And
there.
RLC, I think I mentioned this. I like this spot because this is previous resistance. So what's this? Is resistance turning into support? Maybe.
Mhm.
So we kind of broke through and then broke back into it. And now we're closing above this order block. I like this. I
And
think
I
you can
think
buy
we're getting
RLC.
some divergence there as well.
Yeah, this is an incredibly strong bullish divergence. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, these two right here. So I mean, this
RLC
is
looks
technically
good.
high. Yeah.
I think RLC looks good in that spot.
Mm-hmm. IOTEX underperforming. I think I expected this to take off a little bit more than it has.
Taste the
We're
wind, though.
technically we're back under resistance. So eh. And then okay, now we're looking at stuff we already looked at. Okay, so that was stuff that we had looked at earlier in the week that we liked. It looks like universally you probably would have made some money if you put some money into them. But then again, you can say that about almost everything in the market. So I don't
Yeah.
want to brag too much.
Throw a dart.
Yeah, precisely. So do we want to take a break? Do we want to do a run through mid and low sats again, or what do we want? What do you guys feel?
Could probably take a few questions.
What I say is let's finish up the alt analysis, and then we'll run into the news, and after the news, we will do the audience's Q&A section.
So more alt. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's just get the entire analysis done. We'll head on to
Let's
news
just get the
and
whole
the
market
Q&A.
out of the way.
All right, let's
Hey,
run
David
through this.
Rice, we're gonna look at fun. He's been shilling fun every day for the
Yeah,
last
fun
3
will be on the
years.
list. Okay,
Fun list.
Iris, interesting. Need more data. Not interested yet. CTSI, we already talked about that. BitShares. Look at that beautiful bounce off of this order block. I think you could take that to this area, but the problem is that the BitShares USD chart just didn't look that good. Remember, we were looking at that earlier.
Yeah.
So, or were we
Which,
looking at the BitShares USD?
well,
too?
I don't think we were, because I don't remember that, because that looks extremely bullish.
Yeah, no, this is actually like, yeah, guys, you should long BitShares, I think, today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's put this on. Let's put this on
For
our
sure.
thing.
Happy accident there.
BitShares is still a thing.
Apparently, and it's
Hey,
doing
it
wonders.
is a DEX coin, and we know that DEX is considered DeFi to some people. So I think we can imagine that there's going to be some money that's poured. Look at all this volume. I mean, for real though.
Isn't this like the original Dan Larimer BitShares? Is this the same one we're talking about?
Exactly. So
Wow.
yeah, so BitShares was one of his
Wow.
first ones. So it's still a thing, and apparently it's going to pump sometime soon. So I think you could take that up to this area right here. It's a strong 50-75% movement. Next, Ardor retesting its lows. Why, people? Opportunity cost. Next, retesting its lows. Sis. Ooh.
Big pump out of this, huh?
No, we did have the big pump out of Sis. Let's see. It looks like did we get a bounce off of this area?
No way.
How do we want to consider this? I want to see Sis settle down more. It looks more like there's doing more distribution in this area with these wicks up into it, and then we
Yeah.
might fall just a little bit more.
I mean, that one's a tough one because that absolutely could continue running, but I would want to see a pullback.
Yeah, this was a 5x. It's hard to know where to pull in after
Yeah.
after something did a 5x.
Step a bananas candle.
Yeah. Next, Loom. This is retesting its bottoms. I do like this as like where this was the spring, and this is a Wyckoffean pattern. You could buy here at the bottom of the range, and then probably take it up in this area because things are so bullish in the market. But Loom itself is not looking so bullish to me. It's just the market is that bullish that I think you could do that. Next, LRC. We talked about it. Next, Blaze. Oh, Blaze is actually super strong here. So let's look at this on the weekly. if you were to have wanted to get back in here, you probably would have had your orders right here.
Beautiful wick down to catch it too.
Yeah, this is a retest of resistance, turn support. And then Blaze is just it's blazing. It's
Blazing.
yeah, it's so strong here that it doesn't seem to be stopping. Tell you what. You could take this today if it closes here, because this 1-day close breaking the previous
Yeah.
highs right here. I like that. You could take
Closing
that
above
here. You've got a
resistance
TT
would be-
cross.
Yep.
You could enter
Definitely
Blaze
agree.
here. And then two possible. Well, I mean, it's so bullish. Why would you take profits here? I think the area to take profits for Blaze then would be this area right here, this order block. So remember, price loves consolidation zones. Consolidation zones means price likes to trade in that area, and when price moves quickly for an area through an area, that means price doesn't like to trade to that area. It's like, ew, I don't want to touch this price. Ew, ew,
Yeah,
ew.
that's what it does.
And it's like, oh, I love this price. Give me more of that price. Yeah, I don't like this price anymore. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
over here.
let's do some crypto commentary for charts.
Yeah.
Ew.
So
What-
that's how
what-
price works, everybody.
Remind me what the sound of an alt popping off again was.
Oh,
You
I thought it was
forgot it.
thump, thump.
Boom.
It's just right through resistance. Thump.
There you go.
So anyway, yeah. So I think you could easily take that up into this area for Blaze. Very strong coin right here
Yeah,
now.
that looks
guys.
great.
Yeah,
Especially like Alex said, a close above that resistance right there. Long it.
yeah. So and remember, this is what we're talking about, guys. Like, yes, something like Ardor, you think, well, if I buy here and then Ardor does something similar to Blaze, then won't I be in near the bottom? Isn't that a bigger?
I think
Isn't
that's
that like
big
a bigger,
psychology problem
gain for me?
traders.
That is technically true. It would be a good gain for you. But imagine you bought down here and you're like, I'm gonna wait for Blaze to do something like Blaze did, or like Ardor to do something like Blaze did.
Mhm.
Well, guess what? Ardor never fucking did that. Ardor Ardor came right back to your entrance and stopped you out. So you should remember, strength begets strength. You take the strong coins that are breaking resistance, and then you when you do your bottom picks like we did earlier on the other alts where there were the order blocks where I said you should accumulate in those, you take out small positions on those because price could pull back further. You don't have the confirmation. But this is confirmation. So onwards. All right, I think I've said my piece on Blaze. Looks good. Maybe we'll put that on the watch list. Maybe we'll take that tonight. You got it? All right.
Yeah, I got it on the list.
Boom, Raven. I spoke my piece about that. Let's take that off the watch list. Mana. Retest of the bottoms. See here. I do love this accumulation area. I think mana is going to be strong when mana takes off, but it's not ready yet.
That's definitely some bottoming behavior.
Yeah. MTH. I spoke on this earlier. Next. Gosh, some of these coins look so similar, don't they? Like I said, yeah, this is the area. I think we talked about this a little bit on the other week. We didn't end up adding this to the list of things that you should take, but had you taken it, that's a 20% movement off of the 200 to the 240. See, because price loves to retest consolidation areas, guys. Remember that. AMB. Oh my God.
Just
Buy
perfectly
here.
snap that.
Didn't I? I think I posted this in premium analysis, didn't I?
I do believe so. That's why you have all that marked out.
Yeah.
That's
I
one of
should have
the-
just taken it right here.
That's one
This
of those
is
yeet movements.
yeah, it's just boom right off of that order block. Someone just fat fingered it as soon as it was in
Yeet.
that order block. The closer you can buy it, maybe this will retrace back to the very top here. Maybe we could get 185. I would not expect 150, 160 again here. Yeah, I think you could buy this and take this up to either this consolidation area here, 300. Consolidation area here. I think this is a strong area right here, potentially. 418. And then if it breaks this trading range, then probably all the way to 800, which is a 4x move. But AMB looks bullish like so much of the other alt market. And so I don't want to seem like I'm talking out of my butt, guys. I'm like, oh yeah, 4x movement here, 4x movement there. but you got to go what the market
Yeah.
tells you is happening. Like,
Hey,
you know,
I'm
that's how
crypto
much
crazy
movement.
and
And
long everything.
yeah. And because if I told you back here, it's like, hold on, guys, there's another 75% drop in AMB coming. You'd be like, screw you. There's no way. Another 75% drop. And yeah. Hey, guys, there could be another 4x, 4 times in AMB here. And yeah, that's how volatile the alt market is. And man, if you could take it up to here.
Yeah, you'll be bragging to your friends.
Yeah. I love this spot, actually. This looks like strong. This is a pretty strong consolidation area. I like picking this up here. Because this is yeah. No, this is similar to Algo and BCPT. You know, it's the
There's a
same
lot of
kind
them
of
like that, man.
lagging, testing the bottom of its ranges again. If you like it, this is the area to buy it, guys. I'm not going to say you should necessarily pick it up here. Next, Vib, same story. Next, Vibe. Oh man, look how beautiful that was. See, Vibe here, slightly more bullish than these coins. These are still hanging down here near those points of control. But Vibe is kind of like A and B, where it just like poked his head in. It's like just turtle, just little turtle,
Yeet.
and then boom, right out. So yeah, I like it here.
And it's important to point out why we're pointing out like these points of resistance and the order blocks and stuff like that, because I mean, Alex has put these out on most of them, and those were there before those things wicked into it. I mean, if you want to slow play these things, do the same type of analysis, identify your order blocks, and just place some bids in it. See what happens. Don't go crazy with your position sizing, but you will catch movements like this doing that.
Yeah, VPVR is helpful, but you don't need VPVR. I didn't use
No,
VPVR when I was doing that. Like you can
you can
see
eyeball it for
price
sure.
consolidates in this area. Price loves this area. Price always loves to retest everything. Next, QLC. We were talking about, I already talked about this earlier today. Never mind.
That's on the list, by the way.
AST.
I don't like it there.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you could probably take it back up in this area. I wouldn't be surprised if we distributed just a little bit more.
On that, I don't like that.
Okay. I'm with you. We got other things to think about.
For sure.
CMT is in the same family as many of those other coins where it has retested this final consolidation area down here. It's an accumulation spot. You could probably buy here, probably take it to here because the market is so bullish, but it's retesting its bottoms. There's other things out there you could take. Ren. So Ren here is retesting resistance, turn support. So this is previous resistance. I like this spot.
Yeah, good.
We're getting a
good signal from time transformation.
I say if we can close back above 1600,
I would agree with that
take it.
because it
So
does appear that time transformation is beginning to curl again.
yeah, so we could like thud back in here, or we could even retest this. So I don't want to tell you guys buy now necessarily, but this is a good spot to be buying in. This is previous resistance. If we do break down here, it'll be short-lived because Ren is very strong. Because this was previously its entire trading range had never this was its all-time high. It's retesting its previous all-time high. So yeah, that's very common behavior, and we should see continuation. Very bullish behavior, guys. Actually, let's put that on the list. Maybe we should take out a small position here on Ren. POA retesting the bottom of its range. There's opportunity cost here. Better coins out there, guys.
Yep.
RCN broke below the order block we had been looking at. So I mentioned that earlier today. So like I said, guys, the order blocks, they're not perfect. That's why you don't go all in. Matic screwing everybody.
Ooh, yeah, Matic pulling down. I mean, but if you're looking to fucking accumulate some Matic, that might be a good spot.
This is a previous consolidation area. Let me take that off my chart. If this doesn't hold, we could always pull back to here. But
I actually should be checking Matic for a bottom feeder signal because bottom feeder does very well with Matic. Let me pull that up.
I actually think this is pretty ugly on the weekly. I think we could end up back in this area down here. I would prefer to be short Matic than I would prefer to be long Matic here. Man, I wish we could have caught this on the weekly. Like that was so strong right there. This nice little
that
triple
weekly
top
close,
pattern.
you mean?
Yeah, I wish we could have caught this close because it's such a strong three top pattern right there. Oh well. Shoulda, coulda, guys. Shoulda, coulda. You know, you would have had to been dumb to short Matic a few weeks ago. It looked very bullish.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of weak looking right here. I don't like this weekly doji. Next. We were looking at this earlier. Next. Sun M. Let's get out of weekly here. Okay, so same story. Retest the bottom of the trading range. This little consolidation area right here. Okay, see, we talked about this. QSP.
Interestingly enough, there is a bottom feeder signal on the Matic USDT chart, which is 93.33% profitable and 4,223% net profit. So might be looking at taking a position on that. The risk to reward. Might be posting that for the group later.
Okay.
Any
Yeah,
of you
definitely.
guys that have access to bottom feeder, just slap it on the Matic USDT chart.
Hey, Jason, you're coming in kind of low again. Maybe you could do something to boost.
Is this any better?
Yep.
I feel like a helicopter pilot with this thing down my throat.
Whatever you can do.
Whatever I gotta do. Did we freeze up?
No, we're still here. Alex, you still with us? Oh, I think Alex might have dropped off.
Just bailed.
All right, I'm gonna kick it over. Oh, Jason, your live stream cut out as well. Make sure you go live.
Okay, 1 second. So it says that mine is no longer up?
Yeah, you're offline, but no worries. I'll let you guys resolve that real quick while I kick it over.
It says mine's still up. It says I'm streaming.
Very weird, very weird.
Technical difficulties, people.
All right, I'm gonna kick it over to me, and I'm gonna run through some of the news. Let me see here. Are we still live, guys? Are you guys still?
Let us know.
I think they are. Yeah, I think they're still good. All right. Because I'm seeing the stream come in. In that case, I'm just going to quickly get into some of the major news items today. Now, of course, the big one is the Q2 economic information came in, and the U.S. economy apparently contracted by about 32%. Of course, the U.S. economy is worst quarter in almost a century by contracting 33% in a single quarter, on top of a 5% contraction in the first quarter. So that's about in line with estimates of a 40% economic retraction from June. And this is probably the worst of any of the developed countries so far that fared worst. And Britain, for reference, the British economy contracted about 25% in the first half. So U.S. economy is getting smoked thanks to the COVID restrictions. Likely be even worse than what the data shows. By contrast, of course, we have China, and it's seen its growth about 3.2% in the second quarter. And it only had about a 6.8 contraction in the first. So as everybody remembers, the COVID disaster hit China first. I think they hit their hit their economy in the first quarter. And they kind of waned by March, and then we got hit in March. And so it seems that they took about a 6.8% hit in the first quarter, and then by the end of Q2, they were up 3%. So China, for the most part, just shrugged this whole disaster off, and the Western economies have been getting smoked. So China performed much better. The decrease in the real GDP reflects decreases in personal consumption expenditures, exports, private inventory investment, non-residential fixed investment, residential fixed investment, and state and local government spending that were partially offset by an increase in federal government spending. Imports, which are a subtraction in the calculation of GDP, decreased according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis. So, meaning effectively all economic activity has plunged in the worst crash by far, and
So
basically,
far.
basically worse than anything any current generation has ever experienced. So anything in terms of our lifetimes, this is probably the ugliest thing. Now, ironically, I don't feel like we really see it. Like, I don't feel like this is really rippled into the economy. Like, for a 30-40% contraction, you think there would be literally blood in the streets and
Well,
chaos everywhere.
that's what worries me, and one of the reasons why I think me and you both discussed that we felt like this could be like a gigantic dead cat bounce because it doesn't feel healthy. Like this is comparable to the Great Depression, and no one's saying that, which I find very odd.
Um, I guess it is and it isn't. I mean, maybe this is a good example why, central banking, as much as people hate the money printing and all that, maybe it's able to kind of buffer the damage. But
Well, absolutely,
maybe sooner or later,
it's got to catch up.
yeah, the reality is going to sink in and things are going to come due. So.
All bubbles pop.
Yeah, GDP has now dropped to about 19 trillion, significantly down from 22 trillion, making it an overall about 10% drop near the Great Depression levels, right? So the actual GDP drop in relative is 10%, and that's kind of Great Depression level of drop. So, oh boy, I think it's time to get the preps
boy.
in, boys. It's time to head to the bunkers. You got about 3 more months of Costco prepping you can do before the real rooster comes to roost, or however that
Well,
saying
you gotta hide
goes.
your kids, hide your wife. They taking everything.
Yeah, hide your gold, boys. I know you're stacking that, but pretty soon,
Why do you think Justin threw his back out? He's digging up his bullion.
yeah, no kidding. All right, pretty soon they're gonna have the federal agents coming door to door to collect. So you better have your gold buried deep in that vault, gentlemen. All right, next news story. Let's kick it to this Ampleforth. So there's a little bit of an Ampleforth update. Of course, we covered Ampleforth earlier this week, and the market cap of Ampleforth Ample token has declined by over 60% in the last 3 days. And this really shouldn't come as a surprise because, I mean, maybe to some people who are FOMOing into this coin, but Ample is, of course, a price elastic token, meaning its supply adjusts in response to demand, and thus it affects its market cap, right? So I think the price is starting to drift down toward the $1 that it's targeted at. But of course, the actual market supply is kind of reducing right now. I think some of the euphoria is dying off as reality sinks in on Ampleforth. Although I think we got to do a deeper analysis of Ampleforth and how its token economics, its mechanics do work. All right, next.
Sorry
David
for
Rice, you're onto
disappearing.
something. A
Oh,
nice
you're
war
back.
will pay for it.
You're
Yeah,
back.
sorry for disappearing. My internet went down.
All good, all good. I'm just running through the news for now, so
Okay.
feel free to
I really do
regenerate
worry
your
about
stream.
that, David Rice.
Okay, I can recreate this.
Yeah,
Let me-
reconnect with your stream, and I'll jump back to you in a little bit, Alex. Next story, of course. I think we'll cover this more in the news tomorrow. I think when Justin comes back, we'll dive into this. But Fidelity gives 4 reasons why Bitcoin will become a store of value. So, of course, Fidelity Digital Assets, one of the leading traditional asset managers that is big into Bitcoin and crypto, is now arguing that Bitcoin has the makings to become a steady asset and store of value. And its price volatility, it argues, is still a bit of a silver lining. So,
Man, how long
uh,
have we been saying that? And now some dude just writes an article.
yeah, I mean,
Come on.
Fidelity is one of the OGs, I guess, in terms of having our
Yeah.
back from the traditional world. So,
They were one of the first ones to announce that they were going to start offering up platforms for crypto.
Indeed. So they kind of acknowledge that many investors consider Bitcoin to be an aspirational store of value and that it has the properties of store of value, but has yet to be widely adopted as such, the document reads. So I think we're going to
Yep.
dive a little further into their 4 reasons why, Bitcoin, they're going to be showing Bitcoin as a potential store of value of the future. Scarcity, of course, is one of them. We'll get a little further into that, I think, tomorrow. All right, next story here. This has to do again with Ampleforth, its unique design put to the test. Market cap drops 55%. Just touched on this. Here we have one from you today. 18,000 Bitcoin whales now hold a minimum of 1 million BTC each. So this is according to Glassnode's data.
Damn.
Glassnode says that the number of BTC addresses with at least a million in Bitcoin has surged 38%, and there are now 18,000 Bitcoin whales. So I still
Wow.
think it's a relatively small club of the 1 million holding addresses. What's up?
You mean
mean
$1 million?
$1 million. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, because
I thought you said 1
1
million
million
Bitcoin
No,
each. I'm
no,
like,
no,
Yeah.
no.
what?
My
There's
bad. If it's
18,000?
not,
Like, that's
yeah, if
expensive.
it's not clear, yeah, no, $1 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, of
Yeah.
course, many whales, maybe even more whales out there that have their coins distributed across a variety of addresses. So this might not be a very clear representation, but it probably still reflects some kind of underlying, reality of the Bitcoin big hodlers, the big whales. I don't know where I slot into that. I guess I'm more maybe a dolphin-sized hodler. I'm no longer minnow-sized. I know there's probably some tadpole-sized people in the audience looking to pump their bags, but how about you guys? What kind of club are you in? Are you in the whale sector? Are you kind of like a tuna fish in the ocean?
I don't
What's
believe
your
I'll ever
bags like?
consider myself a whale, but I'm no longer a minnow.
Okay,
I'm a
what?
I'm a plankton.
Oh, he's still
Yeah, he
plankton.
just sticks
Okay,
to the wall and makes fun of people.
gotcha. All right.
Nice
Another
porpoise.
metric I heard today. Let me see. I think I saw this somewhere here. Where is it? Maybe it's over here. I know this article touches on Bitcoin miner exchange flow soars 46.5%. So this is something we touch a lot on the show. The economics of the miners and what kind of selling pressure they put on the market. Well, according to again Glassnode data, it seems that miners are sending Bitcoin away from their wallets, including into crypto exchanges. It's soaring, apparently. So, if there is a case for a potential dump inbound, this might be it. So, something again we described is the Bitcoin that these miners have been hodling, particularly since the halving, since some of the weaker price action that we've seen in the last few months. They might finally be preparing to sell some of this, right? Now that we have broken 10K, we are floating around 11 right now. This might be a very appealing time for any miners feeling the squeeze since the halving in the last few months. To finally start offloading some of their proceeds, right? Another thing we recently discussed was that whole miner reserve ratio story, if you guys remember that, right? Which was kind of a counterintuitive data metric. It kind of suggested that the miners actually sell in times of bullish price action, right? So normally you would think that miners dumping or miners selling kind of coincides with dumping and dumping the price, but in fact they choose times of high volume and high bullishness to kind of dump into the market. Maybe not so much dump because that article also described how they time their sales wisely not to tank the price, right? So
Yeah.
as we're above 10K, we can maybe anticipate some of the miners offloading their bags and maybe cross our fingers that it doesn't affect the price too negatively. On the other hand, if you are waiting for a big pullback so you can buy in, or maybe you're hoping for the miners to actually tank the price with their big sales. So depending, I guess, on what side of the backing the truck up you are on, right, guys? So according to this, 30.6% rise in the last 24 hours of miner wallets having their coins exit their wallets. So maybe this is a little bit of a hint of a correction, potentially. Maybe a correction inbound. I guess we'll wait and see. Any thoughts, guys?
I mean, yeah, that would be evidence that would lay credence to the bearish case, but I think it's important to take the charts day by day and not really focus on the news because I mean, yeah, people are going to bring up the CME gap and all of that
Word.
stuff. Like that could be very easy, and then all of a sudden people easy short it, and then all of a sudden we pump to 14. I mean, that like I really don't like playing news, you know.
Indeed. All right, moving on to the next story real quick. We're going to round out the news and we'll move on to maybe finishing off any alts that Alex left us hanging with, and then we'll head on to the Q&A section. So if anybody in the live chat wants to drop questions, or we'll scroll back up and we'll try to catch some of the questions asked earlier in the stream. But our next story is going to be the Bank of England is building a payments network to support a potential digital pound. So this one's kind of interesting. So the BOE, the Bank of England, has this new settlement service that they're designing and getting prepared to launch, right? This is called, it's the redesigned real-time gross settlement service. They call it the RTGS, and I guess it's a new settlement layer, a new accounting system. I guess it's more modernized with today's digital standards. And interestingly enough, this payment network used by the UK financial institutions can be forwards compatible with CBDCs such as the digital pound. So it's kind of, maybe before they can release the digital pound or digital central bank currency in the UK, maybe they need to have the foundations and the settlement systems, ready to kind of handle that digital currency. And according to this latest new information that CoinDesk has learned, this new settlement system is being designed by the bank to be able to bolt on or facilitate a digital currency transaction system. So, just another clue that yet another major world economy, another major banking system of the world is setting the groundwork up for digital currency. I hope they have a Ethereum and maybe Bitcoin kind of transactional layer as well. So let's look forward to that one. Next story, SEC wants to start scrutinizing Binance chain transactions. So this is kind of interesting. This has to do with the SEC, Binance, and CipherTrace. So CipherTrace did score a deal, and of course CipherTrace is like the forensics and risk intelligence business that helps Binance stay compliant. And CipherTrace and BNB kind of joined forces to kind of monitor and handle their network. Well, now the SEC has disclosed in the Wednesday memo that it intends to award the California-based CipherTrace a single source contract on the grounds that it's the only blockchain analysis firm that can audit and is capable of tracing Binance chain transactions. So basically, the main takeaway from this is that CZ and the Binance chain is on the SEC's radar, and the SEC says, you know what, we want to open the hatch and we want to have a look of what's going on inside your dark portal, CZ. Let's see what's going on in the Binance land, right? So it's interesting that we're basically entering an era where the regulators want to have like a red telephone in the office they can pick up and call CipherTrace or Elliptic or
Sell it all.
yeah, what have you, and be able to get a peer into the inner workings at some of these chains. I mean, it kind of tells you maybe BNB is getting pretty big if it's on the short list of blockchains that the regulators like the SEC want to track. So something to kind of look out for. I think maybe we'll dive into this later on the story once Justin is back tomorrow. We'll see what I have to do a little more research on this, see what the implications are for BNB and some of the other tokens that blockchain interacts with. Next story, of course, is a little follow-up to something Justin touched on yesterday. This is Augur V2 is live. And so we mentioned yesterday that the version 2 of Augur is finally launching on the Ethereum mainnet. This was a critical kind of upgrade to Augur. The original version of Augur V1 only supported Ethereum, I think, settlement, which made it a little impractical for what they were trying to do. Augur, of course, is like a predictions market, kind of like a betting parlor, I suppose. That you can, I guess, place bets on future events, sporting events, so on and so forth.
Anything. You can bet on anything.
Basically
you
bet on anything.
Oh,
yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
Election results and maybe
Bet on the sun coming up.
Yeah.
You might win that bet soon.
maybe. Not the way 2020 is going. I won't be surprised.
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to come up.
Poor little orphan Annie.
Indeed.
Mount St. Helen might as well go off too. It's just in 2020, right?
So it seems that after successfully launching Augur V2, the company's native cryptocurrency has received mass attention from investors, and the number of daily active addresses has hit a 2-year high. So basically, as soon as they opened the doors to V2, people started flooding into the protocol, and the number of active addresses are skyrocketing. And I do think this could be very well the future of all types of betting.
Because I usually will pick up some, like my Monday Monday stuff. I'll buy through Coinbase usually.
Yep.
And I did pick up some rep for a longer term hold the other day.
Word. Well, good call, because I do think that Augur has a serious future. I look forward to basically watching UFC on Saturdays after our movie night, and having half of our Discord channel kind of betting on the result using Augur, right? That's going to be the future.
Jack's going to become a bookie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We need some kind of affiliate Augur program where we can kind of shill certain matchups,
Knock out
I guess.
Third round, baby.
Yeah, boy. All right. A couple last stories to get through. 3 reasons not to panic as Bitcoin miners exchange flow spikes 46%. I just touched on this in the other one. On-chain data showing miners are moving their coins big time. Check out this one. Miner to exchange flow spiked. I mean, not a bad thing. Some people want to buy Bitcoin as the price is pumping. Somebody's got to give it to them, right? So miners are giving us the supply.
Well, we know that they were holding on to Bitcoin when it was unprofitable to be mining Bitcoin.
Yep.
So I mean, if you just hold on to it and they sold it when it finally had become profitable, we shouldn't be surprised by this at all. I think it's very healthy behavior.
And you have to expect these people that have been putting all this time into mining. You would assume that they're probably Bitcoin maximalists at heart as well. So they believe in what they're doing. It doesn't mean that they won't sell off some of it to pay for their
for sure. It's definitely part of their business model, and it's
but I think people make this. I mean, it could happen absolutely to where it just dumps off.
Well, I
don't believe that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, as this article mentions, realistically, it is a big surge for miners, but being that most of these crypto exchanges process about $24 billion a day in Bitcoin volume, this bit that the miners are dumping on our heads is kind of a drop in the overall bucket. And like I said, there's probably lots of hungry little fish in the pond looking to gobble up and nibble at all the Bitcoin satoshis that are being sprinkled into the fish tank. All right. One of our last stories, Bitcoin transaction fees surge 500% as the price hits over 10K. So this this is normal. This really is kind of par for the course. As soon as the price booms on Bitcoin, a lot of
just says big rejection.
Yeah, people.
This is also good for miners.
Yeah, indeed. Everybody scrambles to their wallets and it's like, I gotta get my coins on the exchange and hit sell as quickly as I can. And I think that kind of coincides with a flood of transactions trying to get onto the exchange, and transaction fees go up. Especially if you see the price skyrocketing, you might want to, pay a little extra to get your transaction cleared sooner. And I think this kind of explains why the transaction fees, according to this chart, they start skyrocketing. I mean, Ethereum is suffering something similar. So if you guys were wondering why, moving your BTC onto Binance suddenly was super expensive, according to your ledger transaction estimate, well, now you know, because you and everybody else was looking to move the BTC onto exchange suddenly following the big breakout this weekend. So something to consider. All right. Finally, maybe this is something we will leave for another day, but did you guys know, there's the whole that Wi-Fi, the YFI token? I'm sure, Alex, we were just talking about that the other day on the stream. Remember that?
Yeah. Are you talking about the YFII?
Yes. Did you hear about the YFII, the knockoff of the YFI token?
I did hear about it. And, you guys might have heard me called YFI a Chinese DeFi token. And that is actually not true. It turns out that YFII was such a completely good scam that rumors about it started to filter through.
Close to it.
Yeah,
What?
it started to filter through. It's sort of like mixed with the rumors that I was hearing about regular Wi-Fi. So just for the record, the Wi-Fi that I was showing for everybody the other day on
You posted a trade for it as well, didn't you?
I did not post a Wi-Fi trade. Oh,
thought you
you and I talked about a trade. We told people to buy a spot, but we didn't post a trade.
didn't it move like 25% after that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is still moving. It's one of the coins I was going to look at today. I actually bought some in that area, and I'm still holding on to it. So
Right, so
Beautiful.
China, of course, famous for its knockoff economy. They love the knockoff Louis V gear and all that, and now it turns out they're moving into knocking off popular crypto projects. So, of course, so there's that darling Wi-Fi we've been talking about. Well, now there's YFII, right, or YF2, or I'm not sure how exactly to
it's
move.
II. Yeah.
All right, so YFII. So it is a knockoff. It is forked from YFI and is being circulated in China, this clone of Wi-Fi, and is actually being celebrated, according to this article, that
Hmm.
Chinese investors believe that this is the real deal. This is the real Wi-Fi,
Hmm.
and because the fork crammed in a bunch of fancy features that Wi-Fi itself lacks, and that's enough for the Chinese investors to go crazy for
China doing
Yeah.
something
Wi-Fi.
shady
So
to its
yeah. So
people.
YFI, they were very careful. They decided they didn't really want any inflation on the coin. They've been very careful about the protocol. YFII, they were just like, this will give you 20% a year and
Woo.
inflation, and they just like, yeah, they. I wouldn't really say they crammed in features. It's like the features of like a normal fiat system. There's going to be a lot of money that's printed, and so don't worry, price is definitely going to pump, and yada yada yada.
China
Indeed.
doing
You get all
something
these
shady
returns.
to its citizens. I don't
Hmm.
believe it.
Yeah, and I guess with like today's world of dexes, you don't have to go through like a central exchange to list your tokens anymore. A lot of these coins, they rise to stardom purely on the decentralized exchanges, and it kind of goes to show you that now the barrier of entry for listing your crappy token on some DeFi exchange or DEX is pretty low. So maybe we need to come out with Augur v3, guys. Maybe we need to fork Augur v2 instead of Augur v3, guarantee bigger returns, and ride the next wave. This might be something to watch out for on the DEXs near you guys. Try not to buy into anything too funky looking. And I think our last story for today is that China finally arrests 109 members that were part of the core Ponzi scheme of that was known as Plus Token. If everybody remembers Plus Token, this
Very
collected
briefly.
billions in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and EOS and other coins. Well,
I tell you, if
finally.
I were yeah, if I were YFII token people, I would definitely be very scared.
Yeah, you could ever have the Chinese authorities knocking on your door, and it's not because of a COVID check. But,
It's not the
um,
COVID chick.
yeah, so 109 people, and these are supposedly some of the core people that were involved in the Plus token scandal. And so people are saying now that this will lead to a stop of one of the largest Ponzi schemes in crypto history. 109 people. That's quite the raid, and you gotta wonder, where if there's any any Bitcoin left, who's got control of it still, and where it's going to go, and who's going to do what with it. But
It's probably been mostly sold to fiat. I heard someone I read someone kind of speculating that maybe the Chinese authorities had waited until most of it had been sold to fiat, and so that way it was much easier for them to confiscate all that money and stuff
Hmm.
like that. I mean, you don't have to worry about any hidden away crypto if it's all been sold to fiat. You just confiscate the fiat and everything. You return that to whatever you can to investors, and then that kind of makes the process easier. Although that would require patience and stuff out of the Chinese authorities, which is my understanding is like they're not patient government administrators.
indeed,
EOS trying to break. I mean, ETH trying to break out right now.
Well, of course, I said it was going to.
Yeah. I mean, we're good at what we do, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. Hello.
Why are you guys even
You're watching the
listening
show
to
for a
us,
reason.
right?
well, hopefully this puts the end of this sordid chapter of known as Plus Token, and maybe we will no longer see hopefully any more selling pressure to come from these Chinese scammers with their Bitcoin bags got in through their multi-level marketing and other shenanigans. But all right, that kind of covers today's news. I'll tell you what, I'm going to kick it back to Alex real quick. Let's go here. Alex, you are now on the screen. I'm going to go quickly take a look at the live chat. You take over from here.
Okay, so if you guys remember, I called Yearn YFI token. This was on the ChartX, so I'll pull up the ChartX Pro. So kind of refresh everyone's memory. Here's Bitcoin about to also take off. I'm sure you guys see that.
I'm sure you guys are watching.
Yeah. So we called this here. We had a nice break of this area right here. And then we found support here. The consolidation of this. I'm actually surprised that we did not retest this area. I thought we were going to retest this consolidation area. I wasn't able to buy right here. I ended up buying here. So I'm still feeling pretty good about that purchase. But yeah, it seems to me that we have we're making new highs. We're like previous resistance is becoming previous support. I still like Yearn. I'm going to try and take it to what's a good area to take it to? So this is one where I just grabbed a very small position, and then you're going to hold on to it because if you got 3% of your portfolio in there and it does a 3x, great. That's like it's now 9% of your portfolio. So let's see here. That's right. I wanted to do a trend-based fib extension. Bottom to top to bottom. I think an ideal first take profit area is here, around 55. And then second possibility is 75.75. So yeah, that's true. And
I believe you could probably take that to the top of that wick. I think you'll see price close above that wick.
And you can currently buy YFI on FTX. You don't necessarily need to step foot onto Uniswap. So it's something to think about. Like I said, guys, small positions. These are very volatile assets. That means early days, as you can see here. You don't need me to tell you that. But also while we're on ChartX, I thought I saw YFII. I did. Oh, so let's take a look at it.
Buy it. Wait, that's just YFI. Oh, sorry. It's hard to. I'm looking at the YouTube stream.
Well, it's worth a quarter as much.
It's gonna break out, isn't it? That's sad.
It's hard to say. It broke down here. It might have already been pumped up to here, and then it's reaccumulating or something.
That's the hourly chart.
This is the hourly chart.
Just came on the market
Yesterday, literally yesterday. So I on the one hand, folks, scam coins do pump the hardest, as I am fond of saying, but I cannot in good conscience recommend anybody pick up some scam token, even though it'll probably pump in price. Because I mean, hey, the Chinese are a very proud people, much like the American people are. They're a superpower also, and they've got in their eyes they have a token that is worthwhile, and I can put money into it. It could work. I would just be very cautious. Maybe if you wanted to make a play like that, like 1% or something like that, and then hey, if the 10x is great, that 1% is an extra 10% that goes in your account. Fantastic, you're a genius.
Yeah, risk and reward.
If you lose, whatever, it's 1%, man.
That's what trading is, man. You're not trading to be right. You're trading to make money.
Yeah. So I mean, I thought we would look at that since we had discussed it. I definitely am not necessarily saying that you should take that trade, but if you did, that's how you should do it. All right, now let's look at the rest of that shitcoin list that we had been. We were so rudely interrupted when my electricity went out / internet went down.
The world's ending
OST,
in California, huh?
yeah, rolling brownouts. I don't know. It's probably not that. I think my roommate did something with the circuit
Rolling
breaker.
brownouts.
Yeah,
He spilled Dr. Pepper on the router.
yeah. OST, same story as Algo and the other ones, retesting the bottom of the trading range. Myth. I like this kind of. This is recovered. This looks like a retest of resistance turn support. And it's found support here on the bottom of the previous trading range here. Tell you what, I actually think
That's just not. I mean,
yeah, because it could make a lower low. I think if it recovered back over 100, then you could take that long. You could take it long to maybe up to 130, 150. This is
yeah,
it's a nice strong order block right here.
that's like when I look at that chart, like I just think to myself, that's not my trade.
Yeah, I would not be surprised we ended up back down here though. So there's other better ones out there. Seller, we know Seller has been strong. So the other week we were talking about picking up in this area, and I kind of wish
Bounced
that
right off it, huh?
yes. So I mean, it didn't
Oh,
happen.
it wicked down right to the bottom of that range, though.
Yeah, but you had one day to accumulate there.
That's a
So
beautiful call.
I either want to see more pullback, maybe back into this range again if we can do it. And if we don't have that pullback, I want to see a break of this. If we can close back above this area on the daily. Yeah, right above 75. Close above 75, long it all day long. You could probably take it up to this area. Wow. Probably around 200, maybe 300. Yeah, it's hard to say, but Seller is one of the strong ones. It's not stuck in it's not testing the bottom of its trading range. You see, guys, it's testing resistance up here. It's testing that area. So Seller is like QKC and some of the other ones. We want entry. It's strong. It's just, where's the ideal spot? We don't want to sit too long and draw down. What if it's like just slowly does that over the next couple weeks, and then off to the
You absolutely
races? We
could
won't be
get a
stuck through that.
descending
And
channel.
that's a 30% drop too while we're waiting. So patience, guys.
Don't rush it.
Rec, we talked about this. Next, go. Testing the bottom of his trading range. This is not our trade, guys. Next, yo-yo. I like this spot, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I remember a few weeks back when we first did this new format where Justin wasn't here. I said pick it up in this area. If you did that here, very very excellent trade. That's a nice 25%. And we're here again. I like it. I like this spot. I think you can pick it up in this area. I would grab yo-yo here. I would not. I mean, I feel like we already did kind of retest the spot. Like that's what this is. So I like yo-yo here. Next, data. Still kind of ugly. Just say
Never
no.
a bad thing to take profit, York. I know we talked about that yesterday about Link. If you're not sure,
TNT.
just make sure you take some profit.
Yeah. TNT is retesting the bottom of his trading range here.
Man, that is the very bottom.
Yeah, if you think that TNT
blow
is
up.
not going to get delisted from Binance, then you could buy here. But if TNT
Who
does
knows?
get delisted from Binance, then it is probably going to look like this on your chart.
ARN, which is gone now.
Yep. Loon looked like a good bottom pick right around here, and then it got delisted from Binance. So this is, let's see how much. I'm sure people felt it couldn't go lower. Let's see how much lower it actually went. So this is the bottom. Oh my God, it dropped another 90% from that bottom. That's so ugly.
Yeah, just looking at the chart, you're like, man, this is a good bottom. Then 90%, like,
Yeah.
wow.
Anyway, just say no, guys. Be careful when you're
Just
bottom
say
picking.
no.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and open up ARN. This is what see, it looked like kind of a bottom pick, and then got delisted from Binance.
And
Let's
it just
let's
keeps
measure this
going.
out from the bottom. Let's measure.
I mean, that looks super similar.
Oh well, we're not at we're at 85%.
Yeah,
So
that's not too bad. I
yeah,
can do
it's
with
only
that kind of
85%.
drawdown. Any good
Yeah.
strategy has at least 85% drawdown, right?
Yeah. And so, guys, full bottom picking. Onwards. Did we? No, we didn't finish this list. We were close though. Yo-Yo, TNT, C&D. Similar story. It retested the bottom of trading range, although it's been a little bit more bullish. Zill. Yeah, this is gonna print a bullish divergence right here. I do not dislike this. I do not dislike this.
Did you say you do not
I
like
do
this?
not. I do not dislike this.
Okay, you double negative.
I did double negative it. I like picking up Zill here. I do. It's possible we could retrace this area, which would suck because that's like 30% move. But I would. Yeah, I feel like this area is strong. This is like a nice bounce off of 150. And then where would we take this? Probably take this up to this area right here in the 500s. Yeah, this is a good spot to buy Zill, guys. You know, Zill was also one of the early runners. It's strong. People have it's going to run again. It's going to run again. So the question is just when to pick it up. I think 150, 160 is a good spot. I guess we'll demarcate. I don't know where you want to place the accent on that word, but we're gonna mark out where this order block is that I liked so much. Why can I never find the drawing tool that I want? No.
For the record, we're also getting a bottom feeder signal on Matic U at BTC as well.
BTC?
Both the USD pairing, which the USD pairing has a much better hit rate, but it's still 86% on the BTC one, so that's nothing to gripe at.
DNT is stronger here than some of the other ones have been because it seems like it has stayed inside of this trading range. It really likes this trading range. It would have been better to pick it up down here, honestly. This spot,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, this clearly it's breaking through this resistance, which is to support, break it back above this. I say take it on the break of the high, guys. Take it on the break of 90. We close above 90. You could easily take this up to take this area right here.
We got a request for AOA coin.
AOA.
Are we moving on to the Q&A already, or
I mean, haven't we pretty much gone through them all?
have we gone through everything? Are you all good, Alex, or you want to do anything else?
There's still some more shit coins here. We can. I will speed it up even more, guys.
Let's wrap it up.
One, I'm just hanging in there. I think it's gonna. Looks like it's gonna keep pumping.
Just push the down button and go buy.
Yeah, basically. Singles testing the bottom of trading range. Just say no. PHB testing the bottom of trading range. Just say no. I'd love to see a test of this area.
Yep.
Doc. This has been stronger.
I'd want to see a test of that lower order block as well.
Maybe down here. Yeah.
Yep.
IOST. This is the spot I said. So I think you should pick it up in this spot. Yep. So see, this is bottom here. Consolidation here. Retest right here. This is the perfect spot for IOST.
Yeah. One could consider that an inverse head and shoulders. I mean,
not fully formed, perhaps.
Well,
but
no,
yeah.
It's not done yet. But we're forming the right shoulder right now.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'm with you. Nah,
just
I don't
make
see
it
any
fit.
good strong timelines. Yeah.
Just make it fit.
Doesn't see anything there. Next. Whopper. It's Wii powered, but Whopper. Retest the mod of his trading range.
Wii power.
All right, so that's all the low sat coins. Well, let's do requests, and then if we have time, we'll do the mid sats. But
Yep. So we got one for AOA.
boom, AOA.
Aurora.
This is not a bad spot. We're almost there. I think
And you're getting some pretty good divergence there. I mean,
one of these two order blocks, either buying in here or buying in here.
I don't think that's a bad price to pick that up.
Yeah, you could buy just right at this price, but I mean that's another 25% to this order block.
Yeah. But you may not get there. I mean, that's where
Mhm.
sometimes maybe fade that movement to where you only put 25% in right there and then just fade it down.
Yeah.
So at least you have some of it before it takes off.
Yeah, I think you could grab this and take it up to this area. That's a good 4xer. Actually, I think this area is probably the better area right here.
Yeah, that point of control, I bet it retaps.
Yeah, probably up here, but definitely this area. So.
Yeah, I think that's a safe trade.
Mhm. Yeah, like everything else, man. It is. I like this because if it was still down here, like some of the other ones, I would say no. But this is broken out of the trading range and it's retesting resistance and support. So it's one of those coins that's it's a market leader. I think you take it. Yeah. What's our next request? Come on, give it to me.
MGC.
MGC.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay. So it doesn't exist there.
Yeah,
Does it exist here?
if TradingView doesn't know it, I don't know it.
Merge
There you go.
coin. Let's take a look.
We
Merge
got it.
coin.
It's here on Uniswap. Is it?
Yeah, it's not on any major exchange, so maybe it's a Uniswap coin.
Where do you guys find this stuff?
Oh.
Ooh,
4chan.
look at that. Beautiful.
Well, this is clearly a pump and dump coin,
Pump and dump for sure.
but
I think I see Bart Simpson in there.
but it does look like it's going to enter its pump portion of its.
Yeah, you could be getting ready for the next pump for sure. Might be worth $100.
Mm, where do you
That
buy it?
that chart's hilarious. Like the liquidity has to be so low on that. I mean, like 2 people make money on that pump.
Is it not doing it here either? Okay, so I guess the only place we can look at it is Michael G token.
Michael G token, baby.
Yeah, this is like an entirely no. This is the daily. We were looking at the hourly before.
Oh, okay. That was just the hourly. That makes sense. So yeah, that was
Okay,
definitely a pump and dump.
I feel less weird about this coin now that we see the daily here.
Yeah, I thought that was the
Okay,
daily. I'm like, that's silly. But look at that pump over there.
you
There's
know
still a
what? This is actually a phenomenal spot to buy MGC, I think. It could be pretty strong, guys.
God,
You
it
know, we're
looks like
finally seeing some volume come in.
looks like the Ripple chart.
I guess I would want to take it to this area right here.
Yeah, to that shelf up there.
hmm It's like a 100% move right here. It's not. It's totally doable in this market right now.
Yep. You're gonna have a lot of things that just pump wildly. Make sure to have your take profits on the chart as soon as you take that trade, though. Don't take a trade without knowing exactly where your take profits and stop losses are.
Yeah,
Because in these situations, you're gonna buy something, you're gonna get all excited that it pumped, and then it's gonna in 10 seconds it's gonna be way lower than what you bought at.
true. All right, merge coin is tentatively a buy, and I would take it to this area right here. Next, what's on our list?
Looks like we made it. Hex USDC
Boo.
for Mr. Ether.
Mm,
That I don't like that spot for a buy.
yeah.
I would want at least a
It's just been
retest
a
of that.
little. It's been like
Yeah.
too bullish here. Like clearly we had a break of this. We had a break of this trend.
So someone's trying to write a message in cursive with that
Yeah. So
chart.
we had a break of this trend, and then we're kind of retesting this high right now. But we could do that and then break back down here and then move up. Like a kind of a excuse me.
I mean, props to the hex hodlers, right?
We could do something like this.
Yep. Double top
So
swing
so
failure.
yeah, until we break above this, that if we did do that at the end of the day, then yeah, okay, long it. It's still maybe a little
If
too
you
bullish.
close above that previous high, long it. I mean,
Yeah. But I think this is still quite a possibility. So, maybe like shorts there, long there, and then, Hex makes new highs and Mr. Ether's a very happy man. But yeah, this is a tricky place to be buying in. I don't like this spot. Either buy down here or buy up here, but not this spot. Now you're buying resistance.
there's just too much space between candles for
Hmm.
me to not see a retracement.
Yeah. Next.
All right. Jason, are you scrolling through the chat, or do you want me to pick something from the chat?
No, I've been looking. We got from Commander Gore, DTH.
Also never heard of that. Fantastic.
Like I said, I don't know where these people are finding these things.
What, DTF? TF.
I hope they're making
Dether or Dether, DTH. Let's take a look. It trades on Bitfinex, IDEX, Hotbit, and Uniswap. It's a cryptocurrency token that operates on Ethereum. Tether as a currency supplied 100 million. Doesn't really say much what this coin is about. All right, tell us more about it, Alex. Whoa, what the?
I don't like
It
that.
might be too late.
Yeah. I think with time transformation gave you the exit signal, you should be out of this. Waiting for a pullback.
I guess maybe a pullback to this area here. Yeah, don't touch it, man.
Yeah, this coin's almost came out in early 18.
Yeah, I would
Oh.
say maybe a gap fill first. I don't know because this is the point of control. I imagine we'll wick through it. So, but then again, is there really a gap to fill? There's a wick here and there's a wick here. So, I don't like this spot. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I wouldn't touch that.
This is just too much. This is up. This is more than an 8x. This is like I don't even know what this is. This is a 40x. Yeah, dude, this coin just 40x. I would hold off.
That's a pump in the 40x.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I wish I'd been there, but I wasn't. So yeah, I would hold off, buddy.
Yeah, you're good.
Next.
Lightning doesn't strike twice. So looks like we have I think Andrew Munz is just going over his forex pairs, but is anyone? I mean, we could look at some forex if you want.
I have something I saw earlier. I want to answer somebody's question earlier. I'm just going to scroll up a little bit here. It was, um, hmm, let's see here. CBR. Has anybody heard of CBR? JD DeWar asks about CBR. This
CBR.
is
Justin went over CBR yesterday.
right. This is Crypto Bancor, I believe. Is that what this is?
I believe it was a person.
CBR. I honestly, this is another obscure coin I have never even heard of.
Is.
It's a new shitcoin, guys. Of course.
Believe it was.
It's not even obscure. It's new.
JD Dewart yesterday, if I remember correctly, was the guy who asked about CBR. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong. That's how good I am at this job.
I don't know. It looks to me initial token purchasers are incredibly underwater right now.
Right. Oh boy.
So I feel like there's selling pressure up here, but I don't know. It just doesn't look bullish enough to me. and
yeah.
I feel like we could easily retest down here, or we could go up here. I have no idea what to tell you about
Not much
CPR.
I
I'm
data
sorry.
to work with, clearly.
when my gut, like when I look at that chart, I think that you're gonna get continuation. To be honest with you,
Yeah, but we could like retest down here
but
first,
yeah,
and
but that's not me trading it.
yeah, and down here is like a 50% move. Like we dropped
Yeah.
like 50% today. So, um, caution. I mean, it's a bull market, guys. So I think probably you could buy it and make money off of it if you were patient. But most likely you're gonna puke this position back out when it drops 50%, and then you're gonna just lose your money. So
Indeed. All right,
those are my thoughts.
I got another question here. Payam Darian in the live chat says he was asking about your QKC analysis. Did you say it was in an accumulation zone? Maybe you could quickly just kind of tell him about QKC one last time.
QKC
I did.
Accumulation zone, you did?
Yes.
See, so this is resistance turned support. I think this is a good spot to be buying in. At the very least, you know, even if this ends up being a fake out, you can take this to up here and then it'll fail and then
Yeah.
smash back down here and then break down further. But buying in this spot after this much of a dip right here, it's pretty, I think it's pretty safe.
Yeah, I mean, on the inverse, you would be like, that's a large pump. You'd expect a retracement, and then
Hell,
in
let's
this
look at the
case,
inverse.
yeah,
That's the
right there.
inverse.
You'd expect the retracement down to at least that V bottom. So I
Yeah.
mean, you could prospectively look at longing it right up to there. Yep.
Yeah, so I think this would be like a shortable position on the inverse.
Yep.
The only thing that would have me concerned is that it seems like we made slightly higher than this. But
Yeah.
anyway, it doesn't matter.
I get what you're saying there.
Yeah,
Could have another leg up or
that's
down in this case.
there we go. Anyway, yeah, I think it's good. So next question.
I saw Web Design asked for CRO. Did we cover Crypto.com yet?
We
Oh,
have
we did
not
not.
done Crow today.
Yeah, threw up the Crypto.com.
I also picked myself up some MCO. We're also in an active MCO trade right now, which I don't know if it's underwater currently.
I say no on CRO. I would love to see.
Yeah, that looks. It needs some more time.
Where's some good potential reaccumulation areas?
I think that
Probably
right there.
this.
I think closer to that red line that you got.
Probably this area on the
Yeah.
VPVR.
I like that as well. There's that little tiny cluster there. Yeah.
I like this spot.
Yep.
Somewhere between like 1,000 and 1,200, I would expect us to fall to. I mean, you can see on the VPVR that there's some volume in this area. Yeah, I say do not buy. If you can score a short near up here, I don't know that there's any place you can short this, but if you could, then cool. I don't know about opening one here because we could always like retest and then you're getting squeezed. It's not a great feeling. I'd say don't long it, guys. I'd wait. Look at this volume. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
Is
you're
this thing
still
on?
here.
Okay.
You're still here. We got you. I'm
All right.
just scrolling through the chat here. Someone was asking, Cody in the live chat was asking, what do you think of XDC token? I see it's all over now. What's XDC? Let's take a look.
Some more bullshit. Let's see.
Let me take a look at XDC real quick. XDC protocol, the XFIN network. It trades on a lot of markets, it seems.
Well,
Enterprise-ready hybrid blockchain optimized for international trade and finance. Native coin, XDC, smart contracts, KYC, and masternodes all integrated on a protocol level.
on Coin Paprika, it looks pretty nice.
I see it's just ballooned in the last couple days.
Well, this is
4-hour chart.
Is it the 4
I
hour?
mean,
Okay.
all season started here in May, as we remember. So
Quotations.
So somebody looking to buy the frothy top.
Buy that frothy top.
yeah, I would definitely have reservations about
me as
buying
well.
up here.
Too many other coins look way better to buy that.
Well, I mean, we have been telling them to buy strong, but I mean, this is just a little too strong at this point. Like, where would you set your stop? Because we could retest this area. I mean, this looks a little bit like YFI. Like, remember we broke through that, we did this thing, pumped a little bit. So, it could keep going higher here. I guess
So do we, S180. So do we.
I guess if we broke below here, that would invalidate a long. So you could long here, have a stop here, but I don't even know where you take profit and stuff like that because it's on price discovery. Hey, it's a shitcoin, so you know the dangers.
We're getting a request
Indeed.
for DIVI.
Yeah, I just saw that. What's that?
I don't know what that is either.
Divi, let's see here. It trades on a bunch of no-name exchanges, and it's a proof-of-stake blockchain with the slogan "Crypto Made Easy." It was launched in 2018. Blah 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 blah.
That's not a terrible spot when you're looking at support resistance. Like, it's holding. Yeah, that's not terrible.
How do I feel about this? By the way, guys, it's always like when you get a new chart, it's always good to like draw out your support and resistance and everything like that. You see me do that every time I open up a new chart. I want to see us land back in this area right here. We haven't done that. We sort of retested the top here, but not really. It's like we retested these mini highs right here. I would actually expect to see this break and a full retest of this consolidation area, and then probably a continuation. It's been strong. What do you think?
I like that, to be honest with you.
You like it from here? You like this bounce?
I think that test right there to the bottom of that pattern. I think that was the
That was it.
buy
This
zone.
was it.
No, the candle it's currently on. I would have wanted to see a retest of that and support hold, and that's what it's currently doing. Like, I
Okay.
think that's the top of that blue box is where you'd want to put that for bid after that candle to the upside. So, I mean, I don't hate that. I would take a chance on that.
Okay. And I also feel like if you picked up a bid in here, you'd have a chance to dump it because
Yeah,
price would want to retest
pretty
this
high
area
risk to
before
reward
falling
there
further.
because
Yeah.
you'd know pretty
So
quickly it'd be invalidated.
yeah, it'd probably break down and then come back up and then fall further. We get like a swing failure pattern. And that is that's one of the benefits of buying anticipatory order blocks like that because price loves the order block. So at the very least, we'll have a chance to dump it if you were wrong about the direction. All right. Boom. Next coin.
Let's see here. There's a ton of good buys out there. S180.
180. What's that?
That's his name.
Oh. Sorry, guys. I don't have my YouTube open because I only have a laptop, so I'd have to page back and forth, and it would just be
No,
really
you're
too
good.
confusing for people. So. All right, I don't hear anything, so I'm gonna run through the mid caps.
Oh, sorry, was I leaving you hanging?
Yes, you were.
Ooh, my bad. Okay, let me just quickly look at the latest chats here. Okay, we just checked
I
out
haven't
Divi.
seen anything.
We did touch on AOA, correct?
Yep.
All right, good. Let me see here. I just see some FX talk. Payam was asking, how do you add those exchange selections to your trading view? Okay, I think you were looking at Alex's chart. He's the one with the trading view on the screen right now.
Yep.
What does he mean by exchange selections?
Yeah, no. See, TradingView just has what it has. You don't add anything to TradingView. You'll have to find some other place to chart this stuff. So I've got chartx.pro.
Oh, that's
That's
what he
where
wanted.
that's where I am charting the Uniswap tokens. And there is also one other place, which is trader charts.cointrader.pro.
Pro, yeah, that one.
And on this one, you can like here, like you could chart the ample fourth market cap. You could basically chart any data.
Yep, if you guys take a look in the live chat right now to the audience, I just pasted in the chartx
.pro
link, and that I think is what Alex was referring to. This helps you chart some of these Uniswap tokens. Very convenient for some of these DEX coins.
It does look like it's TradingView though.
Well, it's built off of TradingView's lightweight charts open source implementation. So yeah, I happen to know that for reasons, but it's built off of TradingView's stuff. It's part TradingView, and that means you can also pull out some of the TradingView built-ins on this, which you can also do here. BT dubs, watch. Get that good Fisher on our chart. Okay, so that answers that question. Next question. We're gonna look at another chart. Where we going out, guys?
Let's take a look. Any other chart requests, gentlemen? Thoughts on Ample? I think we kind of covered Ample a little earlier, Mr. Nodells. Again, it is a kind of a coin that targets $1, so there may be trading opportunities based on the daily rebasement window. But
Yep.
I'm not too familiar with Ample. We did cover Ample in a video like the other day, like I said, but we did get a
You
lot
know
of
what?
comments in the YouTube saying that we don't know what we're talking about. We need to take a deeper dive on how Ample works, and that might be the case. So I don't want to speak out of turn on Ample, guys. So we'll give you a deeper analysis there. But I mean, as far as I can tell, it's a coin that
Yeah.
targets $1. So
Here's what I gotta say. Look at the market cap right now. You're getting dumped on if you're buying right now. Chill on buying the Ample. It doesn't matter if it's going to 1 or not. Just don't buy it right now. It's not time.
Yep.
The time to buy it was when it was down here, and then it took off. And then right now, as you can see, there's a huge amount of sell volume that's come in. So this is the market cap. So let's forget the actual price. Let's just see. Right now, money is leaving this market. So until we see that change, I would just avoid the Ample. Or you could always short it. I think there was an Ample perp on FTX.
yep,
But then
there
again, you
was.
got to worry about the price. So
Indeed. I see David Rice requested fun. Can you guys load
Yeah,
up fun
he's
token?
been saying fun
Oh,
for months. We might as well
might as well load
throw
it.
it up on the chart for fun.
nope, it's crap like everything else. Hasn't even broken out of its trading range, guys.
All that time.
Yeah, let me tell you. I opened up a fun position here. 4 weeks later, it was like here. Just fun is not ready to move. Hopefully soon. I would wait until it breaks this high. Like if it can make 60, if it can get above 60, long it.
Isn't this the casino, the gambling token? Am I wrong on this one?
I
I think you're
think
right.
I think it is one of the many, 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 many,
Yeah, I
many,
think this is
many,
one of the
many,
OG gambling tokens.
many
Yeah.
gambling tokens.
Addict token.
Yeah.
EOS.
All right. Next one.
All right, post your questions in a live chat, guys.
Well, I mean, we hit 2:00. I mean, you want to wrap it up then?
Yeah, maybe wrap it up. Let me just see if there's
I
any
will say
last
this now that I'm looking at fun. This looks like a nice retest of support of resistance turn support.
Oh, look at that.
Look at the
He
breakout.
flipped his opinion, David. You
I
win.
did. The more I looked at it, I would still think you should take it above 60.
Yeah.
But if you grabbed it in this spot, it would make sense. It wouldn't be a nonsensical trade,
Have some fun with it.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, I can't stop. Somebody stop me.
All right. Payam also asked, can we use our TV indicators on there? I imagine not. No, you
Nope.
cannot. And by our indicators, of
assume
course,
no.
he means the
Yeah.
Kraken cryptocurrency proprietary indicator
Nope.
suite. No, unfortunately, we can't sideload that on there. It would be nice though.
This is it. You
I'm
got
sure
the
at some
basics.
point.
I see SX180, S180 XT.
That's why Justin teaches you guys how to do traditional TA2. He'll go and
Yeah.
he'll pull up the Bollinger Band and RSI and stuff like that. You won't always have our fancy tools to use. You got to know how to use a TA without it.
Indeed. Alex, would you want to do a quick FX analysis? I think S180XT was asking about Euro and GBP longs, or I don't know if he's just mentioning them generally.
Okay, sure. Looks like it is a down day for precious metals. We're getting some profit taking. Palladium getting hit especially hard. I actually
Yeah.
like this as an opportunity to get back into palladium.
Yeah.
So this looks like a retest of this consolidation area right here. This has been a very strong consolidation area. Wouldn't be surprised to see us hit this. They continue onwards. I like that. Silver, lots of shorts coming in, lots of profit taking. I would expect just a little bit more of a pullback. Platinum, maybe a pullback to this consolidation area. Zalzag, looks like if there is some place that you can long that, then you should long that. I like this spot.
Yeah, I do like that spot for that.
All right, short Brent crude oil looks like very
Yeah.
strong resistance here.
Is that
Even
USO? No, that was Brent. Sorry.
yeah. Corn, I actually think this is probably you should take this long. I generally speaking, I would imagine that you should be thinking in your head that commodities are going to see inflation because of the actions of the Federal Reserve. So I am fundamentally biased long on commodities for that reason. Price may dip and stuff like that, but I think they're gonna head upwards. Although, hey, corn is corn. Maybe it's a very big bumper crop for corn this season. So pay attention to fundamentals on these things. But
Woo. You know we
natural
all about
gas,
that corn out here in Iowa.
I'm all about that Bitcoin, sugar.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. See, West Texas oil. That's pretty bearish, actually. Look at this. Fisher's been saying to get out for a while. It's just making
Yeah.
smaller, like lower and lower lows. It's diverging. I say that oil.
It's gonna short.
Yeah, look at these
Short
divergences, guys.
Texas.
I would take it to maybe this area. This
Yep.
is
I was gonna say exactly right there. That first yellow dotted line, that top of that shelf. Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
pocket right there. Pow. Pow pow.
Yeah, I like this. I think it's clear that we've had a break of this area right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe first take profit here, second take profit in this area, and you have a reach, third take profit here. But I would be shocked if we ended up down here again. This was panic, everybody. This is unlikely to happen again. So onwards, wheat, meh. Aussie, yep, this is pulling back too. I
That looks
think
like another short.
I would want to take it to this area right here.
You got the
Nice
same
strong
divergence.
consolidation area.
Yep.
Yep, lower lows here on our time transformation. Next, meh. Actually, you might be able to take this longer. You might be able to long this on the break of. Have we
That
broken this trend?
I think
Let me see.
I think you're looking at throwback right now. That looks like it
Maybe you
might
should
be
long
ready.
it.
Yeah, that and look at that. I mean, good 2 hour divergence there.
Yeah, this is a nice
Good,
fake out.
good signal
Another
from
breakdown,
TT.
retest. Oh yeah, it's a retest of the previous all-time high. Duh, long it, guys. That's how it is. Anytime you see an all-time high broken, price is going to put up a huge pump. It's going to retest that previous all-time high, and there's going to be a continuation. If you go and look back, you'll see it on Tesla. You'll see it on AMD very recently. You'll see it. You'll see it happened with Link right before Link put in its big new high. Let's look back at Link Bitcoin.
Link it up. Link Nation.
Not on Gemini. So this was the previous all-time high. We broke it, retested it, and got ready for some more. Boom, new all-time high. It's beautiful, guys. It's like nature healing itself. Of course, that's what's gonna happen. This is how the markets work. Gosh, there's so many things to look at here. Bullish, bearish. We looked at these. Ooh, EU bearish. France bearish. Germany could be a retest, but probably bearish, I would imagine. Yeah, guys, traditional markets are all looking like shit. GDP numbers are coming in this month for everybody. All right, so traditional equities are thumbs down. Let's look at real FX.
Except for maybe the China A50.
Yeah. Australian is looking toppy here. Looking toppy. Yeah, long this. You got to long this. Are we not already in this long?
I am not sure.
Australian Canadian dollar. I think I remember Justin talking about this yesterday. Yeah, long this, guys. You got to long this. This is super strong. Yeah, look at this. Nice bullish divergence here on our bottoms.
Yep.
So strong. And just a low volatility creep up to resistance and a breakthrough. This is what Justin talks about that he loves. It's like creeping up on resistance. Like, oh, hey, resistance. I'm just going to hang out over here. Don't worry. Oh, no, I'm not going to break resistance. Oh, no, don't worry. Just going to hang out. Just going to chill. Just going to chill. Oh, screw you, resistance. Boom. Thud. Boom. Right up. Right up in resistance. Yeah. That's how it goes. Canadian is suffering right now. What did Canadians do?
I do believe Justin is short that as well.
What did the Canadians do to deserve this? Oh, the horror. Oh my god. Swissy doing really well. As you saw, the Canadian Swissy is very weak. And the Swissy JPY is strong here. I like this spot. Look at this nice little retest of resistance, turn support, continuation right here. Man, long that shit. Long it up to here.
Long that shit.
Yeah. I would take this long. I think that's pretty strong right here. What does that position look like? At this. Yeah, it's a good stop. Sorry, guys, my screen is so small. Actually, I think you could probably tighten this up a little bit. It's got a small little 2R position here. It's doable. Next, Euro. It's looking strong. This is like a retest to this consolidation area.
Very strong.
What's this look like on the weekly? Yeah, guys, I think you should be long the Euro here. But that's because the Aussie is so weak right now. Because
you mean
wait, no, the Aussie is strong.
The Canadian.
The Canadian is weak.
Yeah, it seems to be dumping everywhere.
Well, it's maybe the Euro is strong here. That's what it is. The Euro is just stronger than the Aussie. Okay. So yeah, the Euro here. What fundamental news is going on with the Euro? I guess it must be the weakness in the dollar that's affecting the Euro so strongly.
Yeah.
Let's continue onwards. British pound is strong. British pound is especially strong against the Canadian. Basically, anything Canadian, you should be short or long its inverse. Swissy, British pound are fighting it out. We're just getting consolidation here. They're both strong. British pound is stronger than the yen. I say go long here. This is good. British pound stronger than the USD. Be long here. British pound stronger than the Aussie. So it looks like our strongest pairs are the British pound, the euro, and the Aussie, with our weakest pairs being the Canadian, the USD, and JPY probably. Japanese yen is always weak these days. Oh, see, look how weak the Canadian is. Even the Kiwi's pumping against it. This is a very nice shelf that it built right here. See, it couldn't even pull back. It wanted to pull back and just couldn't.
And I'm sad to be a Canadian.
Yeah. The NZD. What's an NZD? No, yeah, that is the New Zealand dollar. Okay, yeah.
New Zealand dollar.
So
yeah.
that's the Kiwi. Sorry guys, I had a brain fart. So yeah, this is the Kiwi Swissy. Swissy is strong right here, so you can maybe take the short. But there's better pairs. Like, gosh. So if we can get a is there a US get long this? Like, I feel like we might even be able to break out of this like multi-year range here.
Yeah, and then hit that shelf that's up above there.
Yeah, see this is strong here. There's a good weekly trade on there's a good
And
weekly trade on
you're closing above the main point of resistance. Like, yep, that looks good.
Take it up to this area, and then probably up to this area right here. Anyway, guys, so I feel like that is a good review of the Forex markets. You know, there's a few strong pairs that they look like they're going to be strong continuing forward. So I think that because all these GDP numbers have gone out, people's estimations of countries' economies have changed in this past month. So we see consolidation since. Hold on, this is like a yearly chart. Hold on. You know, this year there's been a lot of consolidation as the new world regime has kind of taken hold since March and May, and now people are starting to decide which countries just look stronger than other countries. Do you know what I mean? So unfortunately, people are thinking the U.S. is looking kind of weak. Canada looking kind of weak. Australia, okay. New Zealand, okay. Europe looking strong. And Great British Pound looking strong. I don't know why. I would think. I think Britain looks weak due to Brexit, but clearly the market doesn't agree to me. Anyway, I think that's really all I have to say on Forex. Forex is more Justin's wheelhouse than my wheelhouse. So if I had something that seemed worthwhile,
we've been going about 2+ hours now, guys. So it's been a marathon for sure. Thank you to everybody in the audience who's hung in there.
Make sure to hit that like button, boys.
Definitely hit that like button.
You guys know you love it when I do
ETH is breaking out right now, they say. Yeah, I
just
took a look at the ETH
we talked about this at the beginning of the show. Let's end the show there. I love that.
Does ETH follow Bitcoin, or does Bitcoin follow ETH right now, I should say?
I bet you it does. That's why I'm positioned long.
I believe I'd like to order a big I told you so. It's just right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to order an I told you so. Yeah. I told you all to buy right here. You could be rich now. Rich.
You could be rich.
Didn't 100x it when I said to.
100x it. Yeah, always good idea.
Yeah.
I play more conservatively at 50x, guys, but
yeah. Not everyone can be a hero.
Sarcasm.
Not all heroes wear
50x is for nerds.
Nobody take that seriously, guys. We recommend maximum discretion and responsibility. So
the whole foundation of CC is risk.
I really thought you were gonna say we recommend maximum leverage.
If you can get 125, get it.
When things are this bullish.
Things are really bullish, guys. Don't be scared of the bullishness.
Yeah, let it happen.
I'm scared.
All alt season, I kept hearing people say, "Oh no, Bitcoin's gonna dump." I'm not gonna long alts right now. Bitcoin never dumped. It never happened.
Justin said it beautifully, and I'm gonna destroy it. But he's like a bullish person who knows nothing's gonna make more than an intelligent person trying to call a top.
Oh yeah, he said an intelligently, a stupidly bullish person will make more money in a bull market than an intelligently bearish person.
Yes,
that's how he said it. That was a very good
way more dumb, but yeah, it's a great saying. That's definitely gonna be popped on a shirt.
Yeah, that along with your stop losses are take profit, and
I also want to do Do you even backtest, bro? I think that'll be a good one.
I
Or
like
bro,
scam
do you
coins
even
pump the
backtest?
hardest. It's like a life. It's like a life philosophy. Scam coins pump the hardest.
Scam course
I'm a
from the eye.
speculator. I don't care about fundamentals.
All right, well that should do it for us, guys. I appreciate you hanging out this long.
For sure. All right, everyone. Take it easy. We will see you probably tomorrow. Justin will likely return for the usual scheduled show. Catch us in the Discord in the meantime. Hope everybody enjoyed today's show. We are going to be wrapping it right here. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Much thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Later, guys.
Goodbye.